My name's Colonel Scott Armen. I joined the Army Reserve shortly after September 11, 2001. I was a general surgery resident when the plane struck the World Trade Center. And I remember operating that day, walking out of the operating room, seeing it on the televisions. I was a second-year surgical resident who wanted to be a trauma surgeon, and that day was my calling. And I thought about how I could serve my country, and I wanted to be as close to the fight as possible. I wanted to be as far forward as possible, and the Army gave me the best opportunity to do that. So I volunteered for a commission within a few weeks of September 11th. Went through the process and received that commission in the beginning of January 2002. My undergraduate degree was in history, actually, from the Pennsylvania State University. And then I subsequently went to the Ohio State University for medical school. I followed medical school with general surgery training at Mount Carmel Health System in Columbus, Ohio, followed by a trauma and critical care surgery fellowship in Columbus at Ohio State. And to be able to just actually do your job is the best part of, I think, Army medicine. So as a trauma surgeon, that's what I get to do. I get to do frontline resuscitative surgical care without the administrative headaches and the paperwork. It's all about taking care of people who put their life on the line for us every day. And I think that's why those of us who serve in the Army as physicians, that's what motivates us. The most important and by far the best experience for me has been the deployments. Whether it's my first deployment during the surge in Western Iraq with the Marine Corps, just an incredible bunch of people. I have tremendous respect and will always have tremendous respect for the professionals that we serve with in the desert there, followed by Northern Iraq on the next deployment, and then ultimately Afghanistan, which was, I think, by far the best surgical experience of my life, serving with my team that I've helped to train and develop over almost a decade. The things that we do, the warrior tasks and soldier skills, I enjoy, and I think that it's fun to be part of a team. It's fun to develop and build the team and constantly try to do better. And I think that's what kind of sets the Army experience apart, is that it's actually kind of a parallel world, but it's a break from reality that I love it. I love every minute of it. People always ask me, are you going to retire at 20 years? And my answer is I'll retire when I can't do it anymore, because I love it. It's something different. It's taught me an incredible amount of leadership skills and leadership development. I've had great mentors in the Army. I've served under some spectacular officers, served with spectacular officers. And those experiences, the leadership opportunities, leadership experiences in the Army have really helped me in my civilian administrative roles, given me experiences that normally would take years and years to develop in, I think, an academic medical center. If I would have known the extent of the opportunities that we have as Army officers, not just as physicians, but there's so many different opportunities that I could have taken advantage of had I started earlier, and that's my only regret. The relationships that we build when we're deployed, it's really hard for people to understand it. You can watch TV shows and they'll talk about brotherhood and sisterhood and family, and that's really what it is. The Army's a family. It's a very small world, and whether you make friends with a ranger that you've taken care of or a Marine, the experiences will stay with you forever. I was actually coming back from a drill weekend, and a gentleman came up to me, and this was years ago. It was, I think, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, maybe even more. But we try not to travel in uniform anymore, but that particular day, for whatever reason, I had to travel in uniform, and a gentleman came up to me, and he had on a kind of a hooded sweatshirt, and he had kind of a shaggy beard, and he came up, he said, "Thank you for your service, sir." The plane was delayed, and this particular gentleman happened to be on the same plane. I sat down next to him, we started talking, And it turns out that I had operated on him in Iraq in 2008. And his life, he had gone on, serving 2 more deployments, had been wounded three total times before he was medically discharged after the last time in Afghanistan, and was in nursing school. And to me, that was just an incredible story that the healthcare, the Army medicine had changed his life, because it basically, for better or worse, saved his life. On a first deployment, to see a squad leader badly wounded who refused to go to surgery until all of his guys were taken care of first, that's why we do what we do.